Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's hold for 30 seconds and then we're going in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Juan Key and welcome to my world. I hope you are doing good on this 10th day of February, our 10th Black History Month profile. All right. We actually warmed up here in New York City today. We went up to like 35. Okay. Yes. The snow is still on the floor. It's brown, blackish brown. Like it's just a slush in some areas. But at least it warmed up. At least we got away from the single digits or the below freezing temperatures. Anyway, thank you for coming through. Today we are going to be learning about Dr. Charles Drew. Yes. I know he does not look, but yes, he is a black male. All right, Dr. Charles Drew, and I'm reading an essay that was written for An Escape as part of their month-long celebration of Black excellence. All right, Dr. Charles Drew, a physician, born in 1904 and departed on 1950. And the quote before the article reads, because he was a true blood pioneer who has saved and is still saving millions of lives. And you see him over there now is 21 with his microscope and his lab coat. All right, let's learn about his contribution to society. All right. The blood bank is something we take for granted now, but it wasn't always so. As a researcher and surgeon, Dr. Charles Drew revolutionized the understanding of plasma, the liquid portion of blood without cells. Plasma lasts much longer than whole blood, making it possible to be banked for long periods of time. As a young man, Drew was an exceptional athlete, starting in football, basketball, baseball, and track and field at Washington, D.C.'s Dunbar High School. Drop a bomb on that. All right. Is that a triathlon? Triathlete? Okay. He said every sport. He was an All-American halfback at Amherst College in Massachusetts and captain of the track team. But he couldn't afford medical school in the United States and attended McGill University in Montreal. He later moved back to the United States and taught at Howard University. All right, give him back, give him back. Howard University's medical school. After becoming the first African American to get his doctorate from Columbia University in 1940s. Wow. Drew was the world's leading authority on blood transfusion and storage, just as the United States and Great Britain were becoming deeply involved in World War II. His research established protocols on how blood should be collected and refrigerated, how donors should be recruited and screened, and training methods for people who would collect and test blood. As medical director of the American Red Cross National Blood Donor Service, Drew led the collection of tens of thousands of pints of blood for U.S. troops. Some historians say his work might have saved world from. Excuse me. Here we go again. Some historians say his work might have saved the world from Nazism, since battlefield blood storage and transfusions didn't exist before he was asked to manage two of the largest blood banks during World War. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. My black game is on point. Let me take that again. Some historians say his work might have saved the world from Nazism, which I'm assuming is like the act of the Nazis, since battlefield blood storage and transfusion didn't exist before he was asked to manage two of the largest blood banks during the war. Even so, the U.S. military ruled that the blood of African Americans will be segregated and not used on white troops. What the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading this just as you are listening to me. That deserves for us to take it one more time. Yes, City Life, that is Drew. That's Dr. Drew Charles Drew. Okay, I need to take this again. Even so, the U.S. military ruled that the blood of African Americans will be segregated and not used on white troops, although blood has no racial characteristics. Of course, they will make such a ruling, right? Drew resigned from the Red Cross and returned to Howard as a professor and head of surgery at Freeman's Hospital in Washington, D.C., where he trained a generation of black physicians. You have to be effing kidding me. But why are we surprised? We are talking about people who kept people in chains. Okay, like and was able to go to sleep every night and wake up every morning and believe in their Christianity and the whole nine, and had slaves. Drop a bomb on that. He died in 1950 at the age of 45 in a car accident in Burlington, North Carolina, while returning from a clinic at Tuskegee Institute in 1950s. Drop another bomb on the Tuskegee, because I know that some of you guys know what was going on at the Tuskegee Institute, especially in 1950. Today, according to the Red Cross, there are 15.7 million blood donations a year in the United States from 9.2 million donors. And this article was written by John X. Miller. Wow. See, this is why I like when I get into the whole Black History Month and do my profiles, because I really learned things. I did not know that the whole blood transfusion, plasma, setting the protocol of how to collect it, what characteristics donors should have, how to store blood, how to separate the plasma from the blood, all of that was developed by a black man. And even in matters of life or death, even in matters of saving a life, you have these people wanting to segregate African American blood and not use the blood on whites. Unbelievable. But then again, remember, for a long periodical of time, gays were not allowed to donate blood. Even though the methods of testing blood and making sure that blood was infection and virus and disease free have been established for decades and were, accurate, it was only up to recently that gay men are now once again allowed to donate blood. There was also a thing about if you had tattoos. If you had a tattoo, you couldn't donate blood for like a year or year and a half, something like that. Crazy. Even in matters of life and death. I'm wondering if a white had a child nearly dying, or a mother or a parent or a wife or a daughter and the only blood available was African American blood. Will you let your sibling, your family member, your loved one, your parent, your child, your wife go because the hate you have is so strong that you would not let African American blood flow through the veins? Let me tell you, that type of hate, that type of hate, that type of hate has a special place in hell. Okay? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I try to keep these short. I will be back tomorrow for our 11th profile. We will be doing this all of Black History Month. All right. So make sure that you come through, you tune in. Please share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when I get through. And then, of course, on Friday night, we're probably going to have either Friday night or Saturday night, we'll have a live where you might see me in the flesh. All right. Please be safe. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of the week. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace.